It's jumping around a little bit. We're waiting for it to stabilize. And then we're going to add 0.1 molarity acetic acid to the biodiesel to neutralize it. And so to neutralize it, we want to get the pH down to about 7. And so right now it's jumping and it's very unstable. So we're gonna wait a little while to see if it stabilizes. And if not, we're just gonna have to pick a pH that it keeps coming back to. I've tried quite a few pH probes, and I've even changed LabQuest Mini interface boxes to see if one of those was the issue, why our pH is not stabilizing, why it keeps jumping around. And each of the pH probes that I've tried are doing the same thing. And so it's gonna bring a little bit of difficulty in trying to pinpoint exactly what our starting pH is and exactly when we've got a nice neutral biodiesel solution, but we're going to give it our best try. See, it's ranging all the way from 7.5 to about 9 in the pHs that it's jumping around. And so that makes it difficult to know exactly what our starting pH is. And I'm even seeing a 6.78 pop up every now and then. So it is very hard to determine, unfortunately, what our initial pH is. And it's just not stabilizing. So as you can see, it's still not stabilizing, still jumping around. So we're gonna pick a number. I've been watching it and just really hard because it's going all the way down to 6.8 and all the way as high as 9. So that makes it very difficult to try to determine what's the starting pH. So we're gonna go with 8.05. I've seen that number several times. So I've added 5 drops of the 0.1 molar acetic acid. And we're gonna keep up with how many drops I'm adding and see if we start seeing some stabilization as I add the drops of acetic acid. So we're gonna go with a pH of 8.05 for our initial pH. And so far I've added 5 drops. Now that's 10. So now I've added a total of 20 milliliters I'm sorry, 20 drops, which is equivalent to 1 milliliter. And now, very strangely, after adding acid, now I'm seeing only pretty high pH values. So again, it's very difficult for us to guess where our starting pH was. We just had to go out on a limb and guess. Now I'm not seeing any 6s or 7s. I'm only seeing 8s and 9s, and I've added acid, which I should be seeing it go down. So therefore, very hard to know what our starting pH was. Just very difficult to tell. So I've added 1 milliliter, 20 drops of acetic acid already. I'm gonna add 20 more drops, which is 1 milliliter. And these particular plastic pipettes have milliliter markings, 1, 2, and 3. So this can hold and measure out pretty accurately 3 mils. So I'm adding 1 milliliter at a time. So I've added a total of 2 milliliters or 40 drops. And again, we're not really seeing the pH go down, which is very strange because I'm adding acid and it should be going down. And it's still not stabilizing. So now I think we're seeing it go down. You've added 23 drops. Yes, it's going down. You've added 23 drops so far.
Three drops, not 23. That was an error on my part. 43 drops have been added at this point.
And that's 25 drops.
That is 45 drops, not 25.
I think we're pretty good. It's right around 7. It's going between 6.94, 7 point. So you can see it's not stabilizing very well, but we're very close to neutral.
We will go with the final pH of about 7.
So I added a total of 26 drops. Now we've got to decide on a final pH. And it's jumping around a little bit. It keeps going back to 7.13, 7.08, 688. So we've got to pick one.